Seriously, when you look at these apes, all you see are the characters and you completely forget that they're motion captured. We have come a long way in the technological department, that is for certain. So first of all, Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes are nothing short of spectacular. They did wonders for the original in the same manner that Christopher Nolan did wonders for Batman. War for the Planet of the Apes is the third film in this trilogy and it is receiving a profusion of love from critics and moviegoers alike. Does it live up to the hype? So following the events of the previous film, humans and apes are now at war. Caesar, played by Andy Serkis, is leading a community of apes in a secure forest from where he is on the verge of retreating to a rumored paradise. Shortly afterwards, a special forces unit launches a brutal attack with the help of a few treacherous apes who were formerly loyal to the dead traitor Koba. Caesar returns the prisoners that were captured after the battle and offers a peace deal. But the humans, who are divided on how to handle the now mutated simian virus which is devolving them and stripping them of their speech, reject Caesar's peace deal and launch an attack on his home. The attack, led by a ruthless colonel played by Woody Harrelson, kills Caesar's wife and son, and now he is out for revenge. First things first, the visual effects are absolutely gorgeous and will most likely, if not definitely, score a golden statue at the 2018 Academy Awards. Words alone cannot describe how photorealistic and lifelike those apes look. The snow and water adorning their fur will make you want to stick your hand through the silver screen, and Matt Reeves' skilled utilization of close-ups brilliantly highlights these actors' performances. The lighting is so brilliantly balanced that every ape is still recognizable in dark settings. The cinematography oozes with beauty as the scenery is pretty gorgeous, and Matt Reeves' skilled camera work makes for some impressive views of the landscape. Andy Serkis once again brings it home as Caesar. An impressive facet of this performance is the utilization of body language to convey Caesar's deliberations and emotions rather than line delivery. I think Caesar's journey is almost purely internal. His cultivated hope for the world and idealistic convictions are challenged when he experiences firsthand the flesh and bone manifestation of an all-time nadir. By that I mean humanity at its all-time worst. He is haunted by Koba, overcome by a primal need for retribution, and basically encountering the same demons that drove Koba to betray his own kind. Woody Harrelson was an interesting choice for an antagonist, and I thought he was positively compelling as the brutal colonel. I definitely think he could have used some more screen time, but Woody Harrelson does a more than serviceable job in making use of every moment he has on screen to generate a rounded performance. While the colonel's brutality towards apes and even his own fellow loyalists is of a colossal magnitude, I don't think he's your one-dimensional mustache-twirling baddie. Woody Harrelson gives his character some depth as he never overacts and allows the eerily reasonable perspective of the colonel to come off smoothly. Not that I condone his actions, this guy is far gone. His character commits acts of cruelty on a regular basis, but he doesn't seem to take pleasure in what he does. If you take a gander at the look in Woody Harrelson's eyes, you'll notice that his character is kind of tormented by what he's done. Having lost his sanity in fighting for the survival of the dwindling human race, I think Woody Harrelson's character represents what would become of the righteous Caesar if he allows himself to be engulfed by hatred in the struggle to protect his own species. Keep in mind that the first thing you'd feel when fighting for your own survival is hatred for the entity that's threatening it. All thought-provoking themes, emotional captivation, gorgeous visuals, and ace performances aside, I do have a bit of honest criticism for this film. For starters, I wasn't a fan of the comic relief character Bad Ape played by Steve Zahn. I think levity in a film like War for the Planet of the Apes would definitely be welcome as it would resonate on an emotional level, but I found Bad Ape's bits of comedy to be rather unearned. They're abrupt, they mess with the film's flow, it's levity for the sake of levity, and I think it stuck out like a sore thumb. The speech-impaired orphan girl Nora was promising, but I think her character just needed to be etched a bit more properly. It appeared that her purpose was to serve as a reminder to the apes that not all humans are bad, but the script didn't give Nora any kind of personality or motivation. But the most disappointing facet of this film for me was the woefully slow pace of the second act, and I dare say that it did bore me a bit. Not that I don't love slow burners or long movies, on the contrary. I don't know if this is just me, but I think the second act meandered quite a bit before picking up. It definitely could have been trimmed down and condensed a bit without losing its message or undermining the exploration of its thought-provoking themes. And I definitely think that would have set up for the thrilling third act a whole lot more smoothly. What bothered me about the second act was its repetitive nature, so I felt that some of the messages were delivered with sledgehammer force. So in the end, I think War for the Planet of the Apes is a pretty cool film about survival rather than triumph. It's about the monsters that intelligent beings become when staring the threat of extinction in the face. But it pales in comparison to Rise and Dawn because it's a little unevenly paced, a little drawn out, and some of the characters could have used a slight tune-up. In my opinion, it's a good film, but I don't think it's the masterpiece everyone's making it out to be. So I'm gonna give War for the Planet of the Apes a 7. So these are my thoughts on War for the Planet of the Apes. What did you think of the film? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like what I do, give me a like, hit that big subscribe button, stay tuned, and I will see you on the next one.